I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Yeah, imagine that, focusing on the city you're elected to lead and not going to like kiss the ring of a foreign apartheid state upon being elected.
We have Jews at home.
I've said...
Why does he get the specific Israel? What?
Yes or no, do you believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
Not
as a Jewish state?
No,
as a state with equal rights.
He won't say it has a right to exist as a Jewish state.
And his answer was no, he won't visit Israel.
I said that.
Can you imagine them going through a checklist of every other foreign? Well, what about Russia?
You're not going to go to Chad?
What about that? Are you going to Mexico? I mean, when's your trip to Brazil? I mean, it's just only for the country. And then the other piece here is Zoran says, I think Israel has a right to exist. And well, but what about as a Jewish state? And he refuses to back an explicitly ethno-nationalist state and says, I think they should have equal rights.
Bro, New York Jews don't even fuck with Israel like that, dude. Stop!
He was asked if, like, Israel has the right to exist. And I've had his answers perfectly fine. He said, well, yes, but not as an ethno-state, not as a state that gives preferential treatment to people based on race or the other. And, you know, you could debate whether that is the case in Israel, but just say, I didn't think that was a controversial way to put it. Yes, but not with all of the policies it has that I don't necessarily agree with. That's fine, and even that was not enough for some of the more pro-Israel right
Yeah,
people.
I thought that was totally the wrong tag
on that. And yeah, he's the mayor of New York. Who cares?
Right.
And just yes or no, do you believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
What the fuck?
This is supposed to be controversial. That he says that Israel, like any other state, should be a state with equal rights. And because of that, he's being attacked. And Andrew Cuomo even tries to make an issue out of the fact that Zoran Mamdani said he wouldn't visit Israel first upon being elected. He would actually just focus on
his job, his actual job, which is not the State Department, but mayor of New York.
And this is so controversial that Zoran Mamdani believes in equality and not, Jewish ethno supremacy in Israel.
Well, you know why?
He was asked a follow up about this the next day on Good Day New York.
I feel like you did not want to make a definitive statement on this. Do you support Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state?
I support Israel's right to exist as a state with equal rights. I believe that every state...
Why not as a Jewish state?
Because I'm not comfortable supporting any state that has a hierarchy of citizenship on the basis of religion or anything else. I think that in the way that we have in this country, equality should be enshrined in every country in the world. That's my belief.
All right, let's talk...
He's in Hamas.
It was viewed as crazy that he's like, I think every state should have equal rights.
Right.
And that shows how far this country has fallen, that this ethno-fascist regime is just taken as like a given. Like, of course you should have an ethno state. Of course you should have an apartheid state. Of course you should have a racial hierarchy.
That you won't be like, yes, I love ethno states. And the whole setup of that is crazy because they're supposed to be doing a lightning round where everyone just gives a one-word answer about what is the first country you would visit after you're elected mayor of New York, which is a weird question anyway, and clearly is trying to set up exactly this exchange. So everyone else gives their answers, Colombia, I'll go to Israel, I'll go to Israel and Ukraine, just like LOL. And then they come to him and he gives a great answer, which is, I'm gonna be here in New York, like fighting for New Yorkers. That's why I'm here. And so unlike anyone else, everyone else just got to answer the question. The moderators jump in.
Will you go to Israel?
But will you go to Israel?
Yeah.
And he's like, I will meet with Jewish voters here in New York because that's where, that's who I'm representing. And then it's, do you support not just Israel's right to exist, but Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state?
So in other words, are you against democracy and are you against secularism?
Yes.
To which he says, no, I'm in favor of equal rights for all.
And
they're like, oh!
Are you in favor of Jewish supremacy?
Right.
That's what they're asking. And he's like, I'm in favor of equal rights for all. And they act like this is such a devastating blow to him.
Where everyone was saying where they're going to visit first as mayor. And they all said Israel. You said you're going to stick around New York and focus on New York, which makes sense to me. We had a controversy in Los Angeles. Our mayor was abroad. I don't understand why anyone gives a fuck where our mayors go abroad. Stupid to me. There was somebody posted this video and I wanted you to see it because I thought it was very funny.
Hey Anu, where are we going for dinner?
Sushi or...
I noticed you didn't say Tel Aviv. Now tell me, do you believe in Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state? What is it like being a raging anti-Semite? Do you plan on visiting Israel anytime in the next few days?
I think that to me captures how dumb a lot of this has become and how much I think fear-mongering there is about you and what you would actually do.
It's like you're going to lose this race because you don't support Israel enough is so psychotic. Like, even from a silly perspective, like imagine being like, you're going to lose this election because you don't support Lithuania. Okay? Like, put any other country in this equation. You don't support Italy enough. You're going to lose this election. Everyone will be like, what are you saying?